Welcome to AU in View, a production of the Aurora University's Communication Department. We are here to bring you the people and events of the Aurora University community. I'm Robert.
And I'm Carrie, and we'll be your hosts for this episode. Our featured stories for this episode will be what's going on around campus, and we also will be interviewing Human vs. Zombies moderator Ryan Merritt. But first, let's go over the latest news.
The bookstore is celebrating National Student Day on Thursday, October 9th from 9:30 a.m. until 6:30 p.m. Students have the opportunity to win a free gift just by stopping at the AU bookstore. Students also have the chance to show off their Spartan spirit this homecoming week by entering the bookstore Spartan Spirit Contest. Show up in your most creative Spartan Spirit costume and win a grand prize. Costume entries will be accepted from 9:30 a.m. until 3 p.m. and the winner will be decided on by the bookstore staff at 4 p.m.
The brand new coffee lounge, the Spartan Hideaway, is now open. Located on the first floor of the Institute for Collaboration, the Hideaway is literally hidden away in a quarter of the building. Part coffee house and part study lounge, the Hideaway is catered by Jasmine's Cafe and offers an assortment of hot and iced beverages, fruit smoothies, a selection of baked goods, along with lunchtime items for students on the go. Whether you're looking for a quiet spot to read between classes or a relaxed location to meet up with some friends, the new Spartan Hideaway has something for everyone. The Hideaway will be open Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Saturdays from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m.
You may have noticed the Aurora area to be slightly cleaner after this weekend. Aurora University's Wackerland Center for Faith and Action hosted its 5th annual Morning of Service this Saturday. This year, students had the chance to help set up for Peace in the Park, an event sponsored by the YWCA of Aurora over Fells Park that celebrated and promoted a safer, more peaceful community.
Coming up Sunday, October 12th, AU AMA chapter is sponsoring a Humans vs. Zombies. The game is a week-long game of tag that kicks off with a single player representing the zombies. Their job is to go out and infect the humans, turning them into zombies until all the humans have been turned. Players are given different colored armbands to show what side they're on. Humans are given blue armbands, and zombies will be wearing red armbands. Although not required, players are more than welcome to dress up in their most impressive zombie attire. The event runs from Sunday, October 12th to Thursday the 16th, and at the end of the game, all involved will be rewarded with a pizza party. If interested, there'll be an informational meeting Thursday the 9th. And now we have a news package for Peace in the Park.
Well, Peace in the Park, there's nothing that the city is more responsible for in keeping peace in the community and more prideful of. That these past few years we've really done a lot to combat violence, and a big part of it is all these folks.
Well, we are celebrating our annual Peace in the Park event, and it's an event where we want to bring the community to join together and promote peace in the community. And we also have a violence prevention program in the elementary schools in Aurora. So this is kind of part of the same program that we want to continue to increase awareness about bullying. That bullying is a big problem in the schools, and in order for us to stop it, we need everybody to participate.
Well, before I started working for the city, I worked for the Beacon News. I was an editor, and I got into journalism because I wanted to help people change the world. And now that I work for the city, I'm a grant writer, and I've written grants for parks and for early learning initiatives for preschool kids, and for the city museum, the GAR museum, and a lot of stuff like that. And the city just needs so much, and if I can help them get some of it, I've done my job.
Youth are very inspirational to me because they just have so many possibilities that they can go, different directions that they can go, and they just need good role models, positive role models that they can follow, because a lot of times they might not find that at home. So if we can help them out in our organizations or in their schools, so being motivation for them is what, and having them motivate me is what inspired me.
Well, we heard about the Peace Picnic, and Mr. Wheeler thought it'd be a great idea for us to participate and show, spread the word, I guess.
And why do you feel that it's important to be out here today?
Well, I feel like it's important because I know there are many people who lose their lives because of violence, so it's really important to be peaceful and to have this peace picnic so other people can gather and be aware of this violence that can happen.
I think we are in a really good position being there with the university, because not only can we work with the students there, but we can also increase the community's knowledge about the university and serve almost as a link between the university and the community. So we are really happy. Everybody at Aurora University has been nothing but great and wonderful.
There's resources and people out there that are willing to help, and you know, there's places like our organization, Victim Services and AID, that can help you find, you know, make the connections and make the networking to get you back on your feet and, you know, help you on your path. And no matter how big or small your dream is, don't give up and just keep going, because, you know, if people didn't have dreams, nothing would get accomplished, basically. So.
Earlier in the show, we talked about the interactive game of Human vs. Zombies starting up next week. And today, we have senior Ryan Merritt, who is not only a member of the organization hosting the game, but a moderator as well. So Ryan, starting off, what are your specific experiences with this event?
Well, I was approached sophomore year by the American Marketing Association to help set up kind of more of the creative side of it, to help plan missions and really set up the foundation for what we have now this year. And then my junior year, they asked me to become the first one of the full-time moderators of the game, and I partnered with somebody who's just graduated. Mm-hmm. And then this year, I kind of took it over by myself and have been moderating. I mean, I'd love to play, but conflict of interest with moderation.
Right. Now, can you just give us a rundown? What are the rules of this game?
Like you guys said, it's a basic game of tag. It's involving one person starting off as a zombie. They are spreading the infection, and they have to go tag somebody who hopefully then knows both of those people who will go tag people, which will give you 4. And otherwise, it's some of the more basic rules is you have to actually tag the person. And by tagging, I mean full hand touch, but a more intricate rule would be something that we've had to alterate since the beginning of the game is backpacks, scarves, all that stuff counts as part of you. So that's something that a lot of people don't know.
So you sort of just touched on it right there. What are some difficulties for you in moderating the game and keeping everything in line?
Human error. A lot of people, they love to play the game, and I love that, and their enthusiasm is amazing. But sometimes they forget to turn in their cards, so I know who's a zombie and who's human still. And that just kind of makes it difficult, so a lot of it comes down to word of mouth, who's still in, who's still not in. You got to send out emails and ask people. And also making sure that we can advertising enough during the game to get people out to missions and stuff.
Now, can you give us a little bit more insight about the event, the people who host the event, I'm sorry, the UAAMA?
AUAMA.
There
We
go.
are a chapter organization for just our school, part of the nationally known organization of the American Marketing Association. So we collaborate with business professionals from all over the nation, as well as attend conferences and work on professional development within Aurora University itself. So we host events such as resume workshops, social media workshops, to help students better themselves as professionals. When they get out into the business world, they're more prepared. Networking is one of our biggest things this year, and we're really focusing on making sure that kids, students, as they come out of school, have connections in some of the fields that they want to be in.
And then as far as this event, how did the AUAMA help this event originate here at AU?
Well, there wasn't an event similar to this before we started it. It started the year before I started doing any type of help with it, so my freshman year. And it was a really small event. I mean, I think they only had like 20 or so kids play, and it was a tight-knit group of kids that all joined together and said, hey, let's make this a good game. And the following year, some kids remembered the armbands, and so when they signed up, it was like, oh, this is going to be a big thing this year. And then when I took over, we had a lot of interest drawn, but it became difficult to get kids to actually show up to play with the equipment. And so we changed everything this year. And and we made it, as soon as you sign up, you get the stuff to play, and then you start playing the next week. We're skipping the whole, there's meetings and stuff. So now we're really, as an organization, realizing that students are more proactive when you just let them play. Don't tell them how to play.
Yeah.
So you said that anyone who is a zombie, they can feel free to dress up in their best zombie attire. Do you see a lot of that?
More towards the end, not a lot at the beginning. But as the zombie horde grows, and attacks the humans at times, you definitely see a lot more interactive play between people. A couple diehard fans, couple nonchalant, just like to attention kind of game. So it's personal preference. I've seen some good costumes before, but it's slowly dying, unfortunately.
Do you have anything specific else that you want to add?
Thursday is the last day for signups. There'll be 12 to 1 in the Donum Atrium. So we have limited spots left. And so if you hear about it through this, definitely run out there and get a spot left.
Well, thank you. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you, Ryan.
Thanks for having me, guys.
And now it is time for Screenplay, a weekly segment featuring reviews of music, movies, and video games.
Hey guys, and welcome to Screenplay, where we review elements of pop culture, from music and television to video games and film. I'm your host, Noah Bailey. Today we'll be reviewing Destiny, the new video game from Bungie and Activision. And then we'll be reviewing the 1975 self-titled debut album. With me right now is Joseph Falls. He reviewed Destiny. So, Joseph, for someone who's not that into video games, tell me about Destiny. What's it about? Did you enjoy playing it?
It's a sci-fi shooter crossed with MMO elements by Bungie and Activision for the PS3, PS4, Xbox 360, and Xbox One. It's very much trying to go for a space cowboy kind of thing with fantasy elements, and it is absolutely atrocious. It is completely filled with all kinds of flaws that you can think of, everything from the poor loot system, which recently did get patched to be better, to poor balance in multiplayer, tons of glitches throughout the game. In general, just so many things that went wrong that everyone expected to be better based off of all the hype the game had. That said, though, the game is a very beautiful game and is genuinely fun to play in the raw action of it. It's fast-paced, guns feel right when you shoot them, and the enemies simply get more fun the farther into the game you are.
All right. So you said it was entertaining, but it didn't necessarily live up to the hype it had, the game itself. You said that they fixed some of the glitches and the bugs. Do you think that in the future they'll fix even more and therefore make the
imagine
game
that
better?
there are too many flaws to the game's design itself that they can just patch all of it out. But they will be releasing all sorts of expansions to the game itself over the course of the next 10 or so years. Expect expansions, not sequels. So I imagine it will only get better from here.
All right. Well, I suppose that is a good thing. So ultimately, would you suggest to a friend to buy this game?
Not under a blue moon. Maybe in a few years, when the game is cheaper and more content has been released for it, I could recommend it. But it's simply too flawed as it currently is. If you're going to buy it anyway, do yourself a favor and try to get into it. The voice acting is atrocious. Play along with it. For the gameplay, just allow yourself to get caught up in the adventure that is the game. Play with friends, not alone.
All right. Well, good to know. Maybe, audience, save yourself $60. Don't buy the game. If you want to buy the game, then go ahead. I don't care. I'm not your parent. All right. Well, also we have Sam Case. She reviewed the debut album of the 1975's album that was self-titled, 1975. So Sam, tell me a little bit about the 1975 and their new album.
This is their debut full-length album. They had a few EPs before this, but you can just buy the debut album, this one, because the EPs are just composed of songs that are on this. And I have the deluxe version, which has the full-length album now, and then the rough cuts and like the originals they had on the EP, so you can kind of see like how they evolved, because I like hearing rough cuts, and they're still amazing, like first cut or whatever, so that's how you can tell they're talented. So I recommend anyone to get it. They have a very unique sound. They're an indie band. They're based in Manchester, so they're from the UK. They kind of have a more rock and pop sound, so it's unique. So that's a good thing, I think.
Definitely. Very cool. Well, so you said that they're from the UK.
Yeah.
Out of curiosity, I feel like the American music industry has really enjoyed listening to musicians outside of the United States, specifically the 1975. I've heard a lot of hype about this album. Tell me, why do you think that is? Why do we enjoy foreign music so much, specifically these guys?
I think it's because America, we kind of have more of maybe like a standard sound that's maybe more pop and like cookie cutter type stuff, in my opinion, that comes out. And I think there's also a broader audience here. We have so many different people with different, likes and whatnot. So I think that's why different sounds that come from the UK and even like different areas of the world are popular here, because I think we're in need of more different sounds that like cater to different tastes and like all the individuals that are here. So I think that's a good thing.
All right, very cool. And how's their music videos?
The music videos are awesome. Actually, most of them are in black and white, which you think would be boring, but they're not. They're really cool. They're kind of stylized. Like, it kind of features them a lot, and in some of them there's a story they're telling, so it's not just them like singing in front of the camera. It's like their song's the background, there's a story happening, and it fits the song so well, so it makes it even better for me.
Very cool. Well, good to know. I'm glad they're unique. Well, that's all the time that we have today. Thank you very much, Joseph and Sam, for your time. Once again, I'm Noah Bailey, and we will be back again next week with more pop culture reviews. See you later.
It's almost time to say goodbye, but before that, we have one last thing.
Juggler Charles Peachock will be performing at 10:30 p.m. in Crimmy Auditorium tomorrow, Thursday, October 9th.
Stop by Dunham Atrium tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. and gear up for homecoming. Decorate bandanas, enjoy music, and get ready for the homecoming game on Friday.
Friday night, head down to the Spartan Spot to celebrate Spartan Spirit Night. There will be music, free food, and games. The fun starts at 8 p.m.
Saturday, October 11th, APB will be hosting a homecoming movie night featuring 22 Jump Street and UBH at 10 p.m.
There will also be a showing of the 1927 silent film College, accompanied by Jay Warren on the pipe organ on Thursday, October 9th in Crimmy Auditorium at 7 p.m.
If you're a fan of Broadway tunes and classic melodies, then on Saturday, October 11th in the Crimmy Auditorium at 7:30 p.m., you can hear Greg Elderman performing Broadway in Love featuring Don Kagan Orchestra.
Don't worry, the week after homecoming, there will still be plenty to do on campus. APB will be hosting a board game night from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. in UBH.
And also on Tuesday, October 14th, there will be a music concert featuring AU's own trumpet instructor, Mark Ponozo, and James Brown.
That's all we have for this episode of AU in View. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.